Seems like no matter where I film, I always have an issue with glare, so I'm just going to have to bear with it and make this video. Hopefully I'll find a better setup and we'll have better things to come. So I'm going to start my collection videos off, and I'm going to just start with base set. And well, technically starting with base set, but this is the binder that starts with base set, and I've got my sets in chronological order. So I'm just going to go through the set a little bit. I'm not going to be share a lot of detail, simply because you guys have seen all these cards before, but I'm simply showing you guys so that you know what's in my personal collection. I've had a lot of requests for these kinds of videos, so I've just decided to give in and film these. I do have base set completed. It was not my first set that I ever completed. I was short a few cards. I don't remember which exactly. When I started the YouTube community, but my first set I ever completed was base set 2, ironically. So I did already have base set Charizard. I acquired that when I was still pretty young, and I had traded chocolate for it, believe it or not. So that's kind of a funny way to end up with a card. But this is a first edition Shadowless Onyx. I remember when I first found this card, because I got it in a lot of cards, I thought it was fake because the numbers look kind of faded and stuff, and I didn't realize that first edition didn't have the shadow, and I just knew something wasn't right about it. This is actually a signature card, the first signature card that I ever received, October 14th, 2009. So October 14th is my birthday, which is in just a few days, so that's kind of ironic. And the user is Pokemon Twinkles, and I know who you are, I know where you are, so hey to you. But yeah, I also hang on to any base set Japanese cards that I acquire. So that's the few that I have. Next up is the Jungle set, one of the best sets, one of the smallest sets, but a really good set nonetheless. Has Jolteon and Flareon, Vaporeon in them, so it's part of why I really like it. Just a lot of nostalgia. The Vileplume brings back great memories. So the holos were doubled as non-holos. And then you go on into your uncommons and commons. I tried to exchange as I collected each card out for better conditions, but I wouldn't say that these cards are mint. They're excellent condition, but then I've got the first edition cards that I've come across. I've got a holographic Pinsir there and a couple of rares, but then uncommons and commons. Most of these I received from the Cat's Meow back before she made that channel. She was just Computer 3 NCSU. And then the Japanese jungle cards that I've come across, I've held on to. Kangaskhan Holo, Nidoqueen Holo, a few there. Fossil set, nostalgia all over the place. Articuno. When I was a kid, I actually bought this in first edition for my boyfriend at the time. It's like one of the earliest Pokemon gifts I had ever given. Really cool set. I remember getting Holo Moltres was a really hard card for me to get. It was one of the harder cards to find when I was a kid. And one of the last cards I needed for the set. I didn't even know any friends that had it, so I felt like it was kind of an elusive card. And I didn't actually get it until I got an FCBM from Pokemon Twinkles, and I think that's the that was the signature card he included in that. He sent it as a birthday present. So these are the first edition cards I've received. I had 2 holos there, Aerodactyl and Magneton, and then a couple of rares. Lillian, shh. Sorry, my dog's trying to bark. Oh, actually, it was this first edition Holo Moltres that he sent me. Really, really nice card. One of the best cards, actually, that I own, I feel like. Base set 2, which was a combination of base set and jungle and fossil, I believe, did make its way in here. It's just a really neat set. One of the bigger sets. There's 130 cards in here, I believe. And yeah, it was my first set to ever complete, so I was pretty proud. I had most of them before starting on YouTube, because when I actually started to collect Pokemon cards, base set 2 was what was the current set, and so my mom would buy me some base set 2 cards when she'd go to the grocery store. Cool. Back in the old days when we had rare trainers. Although Plasma Blast has a holo trainer, so maybe we're gonna get back into that a little bit. Double colorless energy returned. And then we've got Team Rocket, which is one of the most beautiful sets. Dark Dragonite was the first holographic card that I ever pulled. I actually got the pack from Dollar Tree, which is, I don't know if you have it where you live, but everything in the store is $1, and they had they had Team Rocket packs for $1 in there, so I was really excited about that. Dark Jolteon is my all-time favorite card. Just such a cool card. So yeah, I've got these sets completed in their original, like, unlimited versions. Some really cool stuff. Got the Dark Raichu Secret Rare and the pre-release Dark Gyarados, which I know everybody in the world has. And this is the first edition cards that I've come across, and I had gotten a lot of the commons and uncommons, so I set it up with gaps, so I was trying to complete it, but then my trading slowed down, so didn't get that far. Really love the trainers in this set. Challenge is one of the prettiest trainers we've ever had. Nightly Garbage Run's really cool. Digger, Sleep, like those a lot. And then Japanese, I just have 3. Those 3 there. And then the last set in this binder that I have is Gym Heroes, which is the first set that had names attached to this specific Pokemon. So this set is complete as well. Trying to get rid of that glare. Eric's Dragonair. I thought that was so bizarre that they made that a holo instead of having it go ahead and evolve into Dragonite. Really cool. That Scyther was really hard to find. Really like it though. Then holographic trainers, we have Erica, Lieutenant Surge, Misty, and the Rocket's Trap. I actually really liked those when I was a kid. I'd always try to get all of the trainers because I just thought they were original. Then the rares. What? Why do I have... Oh, okay. I was like, wait a second. Why is that Growlithe there? But that's where the uncommons start. Worried me there for a second. Arcus Oddish. Some pretty neat cards in there. If anybody has a suggestion on how to set up a video for this type of style where you're showing the full binder, I would love some suggestions, because I've always hated the movement and the glare and everything when you're trying to show complete sets, or you're trying to just show a binder or even a trade binder. The glare and everything is always just terrible, and I haven't found a good setup for that yet. So if you have any suggestions for me, that would be awesome. Part of my problem is my camera does mount to a tripod, but it's a side mount, and so it's crooked. It's sideways. So it makes it frustrating. I've got an adjustable tripod that works alright for my openings and trades and stuff, but as far as showing binders, it's just not very good. Okay, and then the energies, and then I have Misty's Seadra pre-release. I've got these 2 holos in first edition, Erica and the Rocket's Trap. And that is all. That is the end of my first binder. So I'm just going to keep going through each of my binders, and be sure and like this video if you liked it, and comment below about what you thought. And yeah, hopefully I'll be able to make some more of these soon. just to try to fill in the gaps between openings and to share with you guys what I do have and what my collection looks like. So I appreciate you guys watching, and stay tuned for next time. Bye.